So, as I'm really thinking that the enemy really finds ways that we don't really realize that are distractions. And I realize for me that the enemy uses relationships as distraction for me, meaning that relationships that are no longer in my life, I find to be a distraction. If a relationship is broken and it's over, we can find ourselves contemplating what happened or if you could have done anything differently, worrying about it, stressing about it. It is a distraction of what God is really doing in our lives. And we don't realize it because it's hurtful, right? It's, you feel like that person may have betrayed you. You may feel like that person has done you wrong. And I'm just saying this to say this to myself because I had to realize some things. I had to realize that the enemy uses that for me as a distraction because the way my heart is set up, I want to fix everything and not realizing that maturity also comes into where you just have to know when to let go. And me reading Ecclesiastes last night, and I was reading chapter 3 and about how everything has a season, which is true. Everything has a season, it has a place, and it has an appointed time. And us as humans, we cannot control it. So sometimes, even as in relationships, there may be a time where that season is over, and it may not be bad. It's just that it's no longer needed. Would you wear a winter coat in 90-degree weather? No, I hope not. Not because the coat is bad, it's just not the right season for it. Some things are not forever or not meant to be forever. We can't force everything. Everything has a purpose. God is intentional, he is purposeful, and he does know what he is doing. And we should not allow the enemy to keep us stuck because we are dwelling on what was. And God is saying, what is the future? What is now? Because even when I'm thinking about it, like God doesn't like keep us to our path. Things happen in their appointed time. We will reap the harvest if we do not give up. It doesn't say that we would never reap the harvest. It's just a time for it. And it will come if we don't give up. If we trust God that whatever he's doing in this season, that it has a purpose. As humans, we want to control everything. I want to control everything. And we try to make a bigger mess. We try to take it in our own hands. We try to speed the process up. Everything has a place, everything has a time, everything has a purpose. And I want us to, whoever's listening, to try to go forward and not staying in this mindset to where why did this happen? Because we will never know the fullness of why God does. His ways are higher, his thoughts are higher, and we may never know, but we may lose the sight of everything if we continue to sit and wonder why this is not the way it is anymore. It's hard. Even a dead relationship has a season. It's a time to grieve and it's a time to dance. It's a time to search and it's a time to quit searching. Sometimes we have to quit searching for answers that we would never have the answers for ever. When I was reading like this chapter, Ecclesiastes 3, chapter 3, and me really finding the context of it is when this was Solomon. He was speaking to the Israelites, and these were the people that was really experiencing like injustice, loss. He people having unanswered questions and me just imagining what they were feeling in that time to try to understand that everything has a place, everything has a time, and we can't control it. We can't do anything about it. Everything has a season, everything has a place. We can't dwell on what was. Like even where we try to force things to be, because like I miss how this relationship was. I miss how we used to talk. I miss how we used to hang out. I miss how we used to do things together. And then sometimes you may even try to go back to that relationship and try to force like that relationship to happen again, to be in the same way that it was. And oftentimes, and I could admit, when that happens, we open doors to manipulation, to not having boundaries, because we just want this person in our life. We may not realize that the season is over, but we're trying to force something that is already dead. It's like having like ice. You're trying to force ice to be ice and it's on top of the stove. Like it's not going to be ice at all. It is gone. It's going to melt. It's done. And no matter what you do, it's going to be ice. It's sorry. And no matter what you do, it's going to be liquid. No longer ice. Not because ice can't be ice. It's just the season is over. It can't be. It's impossible. It's done. It can't be like that anymore. And a lot of times God is trying to tell us and sever relationships because they no longer can't be anymore. And we try to force it. I'm just saying. Everything has a place. That's what it says in its word. Everything there is a season. So that's all I have to say today. I hope you, whoever's listening, that you stay encouraged, that you understand that distractions are coming in ways that sometimes we not realize that is a distraction. He's in control and he has all the answers. And when it doesn't look like what we desire it to look, I want the Lord to help us to understand that he is sovereign over everything and he has all the answers and he knows all the plans that he has for us and they're good. We just have to trust that they're good and know that even when things happen, like horrible things happen, that he is still God. And when we see things and hear things, that we can come to him. So just stay encouraged, but don't try to dwell on the past of what was, because a lot of times it can keep us stuck, and that's what the enemy wants. He wants us to be distracted because he does not want for you to see the true potential of what you can be in God, because God has an abundant life for you, and the enemy does not want you to see that because he is disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. He's disgusting, and he's just a hater. He's a hater. Oh my God, he's the biggest hater of all. And we just have to stay prayed up and read our word. And our biggest priority needs to be in God. Like our relationship with God needs to be our biggest priority. And we're about to go in 2026, and we cannot have no distractions in 2026 because we have things to do and it is time. It is time to work. It's a time for everything. And we just have to move on. So be blessed. Bye.